Hello, my name is Teresa Carvalho. I'm a professor at the University of São Paulo and as well take care of IT. In relation to this, we have done this in the University of São Paulo, I think, since 2002, to record the class and after to make this posted in the web. But normally the professor don't want you to publish all the contents because they are worried about parent. Yes, you understand what I mean? Yeah. So we had this problem also. How to incentivize professors to make public the contents of the class. Because sometimes they think that this is something that gives the professor the power of the wisdom.
This is, you know that there is an expression in English anyway called information is power. And I don't believe that anymore. Based on what I've seen in the internet and the World Wide Web, it's information sharing is power. It's amazing how much you magnify the value of information when you're able to share it with other people. Which brings me to an observation about science. The ability to accumulate common databases of information in a given discipline have a remarkable amplifying effect. When the publishers of Nature, Cell, and Science magazine, which often publish articles about genetics, they made the requirement that if you published a paper about the genome of some organism, they would not publish unless you also put the information into one of the databases, and specifically for human genetics, into the Human Genome Database. They wouldn't publish unless you agreed to share the data. The side effect of that was really interesting because if you were studying the genetics of a given organism, you could take whatever sequence you had found and look it up in the database and get back everything that was known about that sequence. And also you could find out who was working on it. And so you found partners to do work together you would not have otherwise found. And it was very quick because it was online and it was faster than waiting for a publication in the magazine.
So, but this requires a change of mindset, no? It's like the MIT OpenCourseware that we are trying to do also in the University of São Paulo, but it takes some time.
I agree with you. This is generational change, and in universities especially, that's hard to do. MIT did something pretty interesting. They took all the lecture courses and they put them up online. And some of the other universities said, "Are you crazy? You put all that, you've just given away the most valuable thing the university has, the contents of its courses." And the MIT guys said, "Look, this is very simple. We'll put this information up. People will come and look at it. The ones that already understand it, we don't care about because, you know, they already know this stuff. But the people who don't understand it, just got the message, come to MIT. That's where we teach about this." And it worked. Oh, actually, I have one other example of sharing that I'm really excited about. There's a professor at Pitt University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and about, 6 or 7 years ago, he got the idea that there was an awful lot of information on the internet about epidemiology, a subject which we all are familiar with now because of the problem, in Mexico. The swine flu. We won't call it the Mexican anything. All right, okay. So anyway, epidemiology is a very important subject. So he started collecting these PowerPoint presentations into, one big database. And published them, they were all publicly available, so he indexed them and pointed to them in his what he called the super course. Well, very quickly, people got not only interested in finding all of this and repurposing the lectures that they found, but they also got interested in a much broader range of scientific topics. So in January this year, he and about 35 other people met at the Library of Alexandria in Egypt to put together thousands of these presentations in all kinds of disciplines. We got Nobel Prize winners to put presentations together in their specialties. They're all available on the internet, free of charge. And when the swine flu problem popped up, a collection of researchers, maybe 20 or 30 from all around the world, produced a collaborative PowerPoint presentation of the meaning of the epidemic and what the issues were and how many different kinds of flu there were and how the bacteria would exchange genetic information and make things either more difficult or easier. It was a terrific piece of work, and it was all done online. So when you talked earlier about collaboration, this was a perfect example of how easy it was for lots of people to share information and quickly produce something that was of use to a lot of people worried about this epidemic.